With every election, it's difficult to pick who to vote for, since every politician eventually ends up bowing down to the same masters. Some people even go so far as to say that you shouldn't vote, because this legitimizes the politician's power over you. It sounds good in theory, but in practice, this will only make the people who want to use the government against you stronger, and they would love it if you didn't vote. In order to know who to vote for, people should ask themselves which candidate supports free speech the most. This is because when a problem arises, it can only be corrected if people are allowed to talk about it, no matter what the problem is. For instance, if there is another pandemic, people will be allowed to inform others about how to cure themselves. If another war breaks out, people will be allowed to give a nuanced view of the situation, so that peace talks can start before millions of people die. If a group of people are trying to trick you into working against your own interests, you will be able to expose them. If the globalists are using your tax money to import foreigners to vote for them, you will be able to point it out without getting convicted of hate speech. In the past, people used to understand that democracy was important, but it has understandably been forgotten because politicians on both sides has completely changed the meaning of the word. From the left, our democracy means not criticizing people's bad behaviors, and from the right, to spread democracy means bombing brown people. So the word democracy has lost all its meaning, but the satanic gay retard pedophiles in power still fear freedom of speech.
If you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.